fans, welcome back everyone, welcome back. We have our first match of the quarterfinals. We are back here with the Americas Coliseum 8 Europe and Americas Qualifier, and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of El Dorado, we have the blue Terran player from the land of Poland. It is Spirit. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Polish Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat as we calm things down and settle into another ZvT. Again, the best Terran in Poland up against the best Zerg player in Poland. We've seen these two face off many a time, and coming into this, I would say that Spirit is the favorite player. Time and time again, we've seen these two face off in offline events like the House Galactic Battle. Again, we are the official English casters of that Polish land that does occur from season to season, and for a long time it does feel like Elazer was on top of Poland, but Spirit has since kind of claimed that spot, claimed that crown. But this is a best of three short series. I can see this going either way. If this was a longer series, I would favor Spirit. Shorter series, it's more up in the air. For now, 15-15. Did have an extractor trick early on, going for a 15 hatchery timing, but the spawning pool isn't too far behind from there. My eyes are on this drone though. Elazer, is he going gasless? He's going for the third. Bold move. Here we go. So Elazer, he is going for a gasless build, very similar to what Young Yakov went for. If you remember, Young Yakov, he also went gasless on El Dorado in the previous series, but he was punished. He was punished by a more aggressive Spirit. Spirit did go CC first. Let's go. CC first into a Rax. But if you remember in that series, Spirit, he went for a 2-on-1. He went for a 2-on-1 early Hellion push as well. He was able to punish and able to, just take a massive lead against Young Yakov in that first game. We'll see if we can achieve something similar here against Elazer. Now, something important to bear in mind is because Elazer is mining through these minerals, because Elazer is taking the triangular third, it means this third base is safe. A Hellion harass, the early Marine move out as well, cannot touch this third expansion, so the drones here are going to be safe and sound, and this is going to be a much more defendable setup here for Elazer. Much safer. Much safer overall. Especially considering that Spirit has not mined through those gold minerals. Behind this is getting into his 1-1, checking his vision. No SCV scout, of course, no SCV scout, so it's going to be a delayed Reaper scout instead. Spirit is moving out to scout and to try to get a read on what Elazer is up to. Let's go. So he does dip in. So far, Elazer keeping up, zoning away that Reaper. Oh, but the Reaper will confirm and we'll get eyes on the expansion. Is now aware of the third base. Likewise, 1-1-1. Okay, so it's not a 2-on-1 like we've seen previously here. Instead, it's going to be 3 CC into Starport. Economic build by Spirit. He will not be overly aggressive. He won't try to punish Elazer. I mean, again, considering the third base location, the third base that was taken, it's going to be much more difficult to be aggressive. So Spirit, he expands. He embraces a longer game state. So faster third base in the end, more economic. Meanwhile, Elazer, because he went for a gasless build, into Roaches. Pretty standard. He's going to be going into Queen Roach, into a 3-base economy, into a 4th, into a longer game state. Now, Elazer will have the option to go for something like a Roach all-in to cut workers early on and to embrace a Roach timing. And we'll see if he does decide to go for that, or if he just plays for a longer game. Keep an eye on the economy. Does fully wall off. Fully walls off at the natural. Reaper does come in for a scout. We'll get behind the mineral line. Won't see too much here in between the bases. The Hellions, they are denied. But does confirm there's no lair. There's no lair, not yet. As Elazer just focusing on droning. Just droning on up. Making a handful of Roaches to defend. But only a handful. As Elazer, he does attempt to take the gold. Does attempt to take another 4th. Now, taking this gold base, it can be abused from the other side, of course. Can be harassed. Spirit, he does mine through the center minerals, and he is now active on the other side. Making his way towards that third. There are a couple of Roaches, but the drones are going to be lining up. Oh my god. Yeah, 3 drones going down, and 6 drones going down, and he's not done. The boys are being pulled in. 9, 10 worker kills, and oh god. They get roasted. 13 drones. Did I say 13? 15. Can we get more? barely not, but 15 workers go down. Basically, the entire mineral line does crumble, and just like that, Spirit takes the lead. Does just annihilate that mineral line. Now, what I will say, though, what I should emphasize, if he was against any other player, I would say the Spirit does take a lead, but something that is akin to a Elazer that you should be familiar with. If you watch a Elazer against Protoss, if you watch a Elazer against Terran, you know one thing. Elazer, he likes losing drones. Elazer, he has a mantra that's very similar to TY back in the day, where Elazer, he is making non-stop workers. He's making non-stop drones because he expects to lose workers. We see him lose mineral line after mineral line against Protoss, against Terran players, but because of how heavily he drones up, it does not matter. It doesn't matter as much. It's crazy how Elazer approaches this. Did take a big loss, that is true, but you can see Elazer already on 74 drones. Like, he has droned so hard, barely made any units whatsoever, and he's recovered. This is very unique to Elazer. It's very stylistic here. Again, he likes losing his drones. He likes it. Shaking my head. As Banshees, they move out. They do catch a couple of roaches. The few roaches that were actually made. Elazer now taking up into 1-1, into melee, of course, to get into Ling Bane. Baneling Nest also on the way. So Elazer, remember, he opened with roaches, and he's following it up with Ling Bane. Or Ling Bane Roach Ravager, really. As Elazer is going for the gold base also will help recover and recoup those losses. Likewise, still on a healthy drone count. Back at home, we do see Spirit just establishing his third base and working towards his eventual move out. Just waiting for the upgrades. So as soon as the upgrades kick in, Spirit will move out. And I'm curious to see what Elazer will have to defend. Does get ready to move out. Thought Elazer was toss. You might be thinking of another player. Elazer, he's always been Zerg. Always has been Zerg. Might be thinking of another player. Spirit does get ready to move out. Massing up his army. 4 CCs on the way, so he's not going for a 3-base all-in. And the upgrades are done. Spirit can move out. But again, Elazer, he's done droning. He's not focusing on purely army production. His creep spread is solid. Let's go to Ling Bane. Baneling speed is not quite done yet. But it's all about buying time. And as Spirit moves out, we do have a Ling run by. Hits the third base. Won't get too much done, though. Gets 1 SCV. 1 SCV goes down. Hive is done. A Viper production has begun alongside an Ultra Cavern. Elazer taking into Ultras. Spirit having a hard time gaining ground. Gets 1 tumor. Gets 1. Almost 2. Barely not. Probably thinking of Clem. True. Clem is the best Protoss player in Europe. Like, unironically. True. As nice pickups here from Spirit, takes down all the Evo Chambers. Oh my god. Takes down both Evo Chambers. Takes down the Roach Warren as well. Denies Roach speed. More importantly, denies +1 melee. Big pickup. Nicely done here by Spirit, maintaining his upgrade lead. Vipers have arrived. Gathering up energy. Spirit pushing forward. Gets a queen up. Almost gets another. Banshees, they want those queens. That's limited anti-air. He gets 1, he gets 2 queens. Almost a third. Ground army trying to gain ground. Banshee is now going for the Ravagers, going for the Banelings. Elazer, he will hold his own, takes out a Banshee. But the queens are so low. Barely does survive with them. Spirit gaining ground. He's moving forward with those 3 tanks. Ultras have arrived though, and here come the Vipers. I don't know where the Vipers are. There they are. Here they come. Vipers moving in and getting ready for those blinding clouds. They are full of energy. No ghosts. Bear that in mind. Ghost Academy still on the way. Here we go. He does collapse in from both sides, from both angles. Blinding clouds on the tanks. And they collapse here on top of the army. Tanks will go down. And Elazer, he can just keep going. He has so many Banelings. He can just roll on in and shut Spirit down. The Vipers! No, he gets 1, he gets both. Oh, that should not have happened. Gets both Vipers, drop in towards the goal base. 16 drone kills. Very nicely done. Spirit, he may have lost the main army, but hey, he's popping up. Snipes the Vipers, gets a mineral line, gets another Queen. Nice damage here from Spirit. Again, not going down without a fight. Elazer lost all his spell casters, but he still has a lot of Ling Bane left over. Does he head towards the planetary? I didn't even notice there were towers here. Jesus. Spirit making it that much more difficult for Elazer to engage and defend that gold. Knocks down the towers. Baiting with the Lings. Likewise, drop coming back in. Oh my god, and he's just pulling Spirit apart. Sorry, pulling Elazer apart even. Getting 25 drones. Oh, the Medivacs! No! Medivac survive. Can't say so. One Medivac survives, I should say. The others do go down. Drop still being active. Medivac on 4 HP. 1 shot away from going down. And this has all just been keeping Elazer busy, keeping him pinned back at home. Finally, he breaks out, but by the time he does, Spirit, he's built up his army. Planetary is exposed. He's going to go down. Files, they shut down the Liberator, decent connection with the Banelings. But Spirit, he will hold on to the ramp, he will deflect the army. Does he have another CC? He does not. He's going to be stuck on 3 bases. Good pick up here by Elazer. Takes down the expansion. Spirit attempting to punish. Shaves off a couple of roaches. Does shave off a couple. And for the most part, Spirit, he's going to be stuck at home. He can be active with these drops, don't get me wrong, but he's building up his tank count. That's a lot of tanks. How many? 10. Jesus. Spirit, he's up to 10 tanks. Likewise, main army pushing in once again. Towards that 4th. Takes down the sensor tower. Tower goes down. Baneling Runby slips in. And Spirit, he was distracted. 10 SCV kills. 11 SCVs. Now, pushing into 10 tanks is not going to be easy without Vipers, and Vipers are just now being rebuilt. Ultras, they commit anyway. Commits to the dive, takes down 3 tanks. Oh my god, the tank blows are insane. It's brutal. We'll get the mineral line, but at a cost. This is going to be an expensive trade, as every Ultra is going to go down. But he does get 26 SCVs. That might just be worth it. I mean, it was still an expensive trade. Looking at the Unisource tab here, 9 Ultras. Ay. 9 Ultras went down. Technically, Spirit did trade more efficiently, but he lost his economy, which means he's going to have a hard time rebuilding and remaking. So that was a better trade for Elazer. Elazer rebuilding with more Ultra, this time with Vipers, as he has the 1 Viper at the natural. Spirit's double expanding. Take the planetary and the gold. Elazer keeping up with the drop play. Keeping up with the drops. Elazer rotating around. Top left. So far, Spirit, he's holding, he's recovering. Despite Elazer slowing off the main army earlier, Spirit, he's keeping up his supply. He's now keeping up, now with the double expand, with the gold base as well, he's recovering economically. Even having a greater economy, I would say. And we have a back and forth. Here. Ghost now in production. Incorporated into the main army. Spirit, he's not quite ready to defend this northern expansion, though. He is otherwise distracted. Elazer pokes in. He commits. Takes down 2 of these tanks. Going for the planetary. We'll crash in, and we'll bring it down. Taking down 2 CCs. Now he has to get the hell out of here. We'll bleed out a lot of Ultras in the process. Oh my god. A lot of Ultras do fall. Meanwhile, top left does fall as well. Not bad. Snipes 3 bases. That was 3 CCs falling. Does keep pushing in. Meanwhile, that has triggered a counterattack. Elazer now down in supply. Ultras, they do distract Spirit. He's racing back home. He turns everything around. Turns everything around. Force to cancel with CC. Sensor tower falls. Spirit, he's just racing back home. You see Elazer trying to catch him. Tank boy's going up. Tanks are exposed. He gets 1. He's gonna get up. Barely 2. And a 3rd tank as well. 3 tanks for an Ultra. Not bad. And Links. Spirit gets supply blocked. Down to 66 workers. A 3 base saturation. And it's one of those things where, sure, Elazer has been throwing away a lot of army supply, but he has an economy. He has 86 workers, and his economy has been left untouched for the past couple of minutes. But I spoke too soon. It has been untouched until now. Spirit, he knows how much pressure he's under. He needs to get some counter damage going for top right. At the same time, Elazer pushes in. Snipes going up. Oh, on the Ultras. Bailings, they want the ghosts. He wants them. Up. A decent split towards the end. Oh my god, and the Bailings, they don't quite connect. The ghosts do survive, but I can't say the same for the Mineral Lion. Oh my god. Bailings, they crash it, they take down most of the ghosts regardless. It's going to be 18 SCVs. Meanwhile, the Doom Drop across the map kills 2 bases. 2 bases, 16 drones. Did I say 2 bases going for a 3rd hatchery as well? Massive damage with this counterattack. Elazer turns back around. The drop keeps going. Unfortunately, no ghost with this drop. Gets eyes on the gold. Elazer down to, what, a 1 base economy? Half a base and half a base here. No other mining going on. Elazer, he's hurting. And Spirit, I mean, he's got fresh bases. At least somewhat fresh bases. Spirit, he's going to be outpacing Elazer here if this goes any further. As Spirit takes the supply lead. Again, he's got more mining. Make use of his production. Elazer trying to find a way in here. Oh, just getting ready for the dive. Going for the gold. Spirit, he pulls away in time. Likewise, so does Elazer. Being run by gets 10 SCVs. Spirit, he's holding on. Elazer forced to invest into more spellcasters. Infestors on the way. We'll make it a little bit easier to engage with those fungal growths. But we're kind of past that at this point. Spirit, he's got ghosts, he's got liberators as well. He's making his ideal army. His ideal late game army. He's getting there. And Elazer really isn't. He's still stuck with Mass Ultra. And pushing into all this freedom, it's not going to be easy. No, it's going to be easy here. This Elazer is trying to rebuild, but he's been stuck at sub 150 supply for a long time. Morphing against some Ravagers. I mean, that'll help against the Libs. Top left is being taken. Elazer moving out. He is soon to max. As Elazer has burned through most of his bank. Expansions are being retaken. Spirit, he's aware. Ravage shot's going off. Getting an SCV, not bad. Oh! Just the one. Lings, they do encounter the Planetary. Planetary holds its own. More Lings on the way. He wants it. So the 2 SCVs fall. Spirit pushing out. Still maintaining that supply lead. Catching out Ravagers, going for the mineral line. Oh my god, drones are falling. V8 drone kills. Elazer going for the counterattack with Ultras and Banelings. He can snipe the expansion. He can commit. Likewise, Elazer going for the gold. Sorry, Spirit going for the gold. I mean, Both players are. 4 SCV kills. Elazer is holding on. He commits here towards top left. He will bring down the expansion. Planetary falls. Late reaction by Spirit. Unable to hold on. More SCVs falling. What about the main fight though? Oh. Nice EMP on the Viper. EMP goes up. Ghost, they do get away. Yeah, they get away just in time. They snipe the Ultras. He shuts down the army. GG gets called. As Elazer, he runs out of steam. He runs out of forces. And Spirit takes game number 1. GG. Spirits will take a lead in the series here. Again, very impressive, very dynamic as well. We saw Spirit have some really strong moments here, but so did Elazer. Elazer was able to bounce back. If you recall, there was that big moment when Elazer, he swallowed up the army. He took a supply lead, but it was in that moment where Spirit went for mass drop play. He had an active drop on the north, active drop towards the south, and he was able to buy time. That was the important thing there. I mean, he was getting some damage. He was killing drones. I think he killed a mineral line, but he was also just buying time so he could build up his army and keep up with Elazer. And then things slowly over time swung more and more in favor of Spirit. GG. GG, well played. Whew. Spirit does take a lead in the series, and I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping we can go the distance here and go back and forth, but the pressure is on. So we're getting into game number 2. It's going to be on Amygdala. Let's go. Going to be loading into Amygdala here. Once again, another interesting map in the map pool. Has its own unique features. And we are soon to embrace it. Let's go. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have our blue Zerg player representing Team Liquid, the Polish Zerg. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is Elazer. And spawning, going for a 15-15. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Polish Terran player, the Red Terran, dubbed the best player in all of Poland. We'll see if we can maintain that title as he is leading the series 1-0. It is Spirit. Now, fun facts, even though Spirit does hold that title, we do have another LAN event happening in Poland. It's in January. Actually, let me just double check that. When is the next House Galactic battle? I think it's in January, right? Yeah. January 18th. So next year, January 18th, is the next big LAN event happening in Poland, where we will see all the best players in Poland face off again. Elazer, Spirit, Cristiano, Geralt, Art, the best of the best in Poland all face off against each other on a regular basis here on the channel, here on the CranKy Ducklings. So if you haven't tuned in before, I do recommend the VODs. There have been some really spicy matches and spicy best of sevens between a lot of these players. They face off time and time again. Again, Spirit, he is the Prince of Poland, if you will. But we'll see if that continues here as we do gear up towards that next big LAN event in January. We're headed there. So this is kind of like a precursor to that, if you will. With both Elazer and Spirit. Of course, the other Protoss players in Poland do vie for that spot as well. Cristiano, for example, he has defeated Elazer in these best of sevens, in these House Galactic battles before. So they'll go back and forth amongst themselves. But Spirit is usually the one above them. And we'll see where this leads us. As for now, we do have a ranks expand out of Spirit. Something more standard. Does move out across the map. And of course, the big feature here is the rush distance by ground is a little bit longer on Amygdala. At least until all these rocks open up. You know, whether it's the rocks that die over time or the other destructible debris themselves. Can open up attack paths. Likewise, we have this center gold base that's also available that is very exposed base. It can be quite difficult to actually maintain and hold on to, especially if you do not have map control. Meanwhile, Elazer, gasless. Bold move. Is going for a gasless opener. So we saw this, I mean, we even saw this last game. Elazer went for the same kind of build last game, and Spirit wasn't able to punish. Meanwhile, likewise, Spirit going 3CC. Third TC before Starport. Economic build here by Spirit, so it looks like he will not be attempting to punish this. He's going for a longer game state. Bold move here out of Spirit. He sees greed, and he's just going to approach it in a normal fashion. So economic build here by Spirit, Elazer cutting corners, being economic himself as well. This should lead into roaches. Speaking of roaches, there it is. Roach Warren has been placed. Link speed is skipped, and Elazer, he's defending with purely queens and soon to be roaches as well. Now, we saw last game that Spirit did punish this. If you remember, early on in game 1, Spirit, he killed 15 drones. It was crazy, but he got 15 worker kills. If you remember, Elazer, because he likes losing drones, he was able to replace all of them real fast, real quick. So Elazer was able to recover from that kind of brutal start. We'll see if Spirit can replicate some of that success here, because Spirit, if he isn't punished early on, especially with this kind of build, he can get out of hand. As the Roach Warden is done, a couple of roaches are on the way. Spirit, he threatens a dive, and he will commit in, but the full wall! Elazer, he does fully wall off, he does defend, and Spirit will retreat. Does retreat. Scouting overload goes down. Oh no, someone got... I want to see what they wrote. Oh, okay. That was... I don't know. That was just someone weird in YouTube chat. For those that are curious, we do stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Shout out to the mods. So now we are settling in. Elazer getting to his lair. Lair is finishing up. Gases are being taken. Going for all 6 gases even. Being very tech heavy. Now, I was going to say with 6 gases, this could be roaches into Hydra Lurker tech. If we did invest into roach range. Or I should say just range in general. Last game, of course, if you remember, Elazer, he went Roach Ravager into Ling Bane. Here, I'm curious if he does something the same, similar, or something different. Where are we taking? Baneliness is thrown down, so I should be Ling Bane. Never mind. Should be Ling Bane. But again, because Elazer has been able to freely drone up, he is taking up quite heavily here. And he's getting away with it. He is getting away with it. Hellions being forced back. Likewise, we have our upgrades on the way from Spirit. Bracing his third base. Spirit's still just building up. We'll be harassing it with some of these Hellions and Banshees, but so far, Elazer has been defending quite well. He's been defending very well so far. Keeping up with Spirit. Banshees, they do hit the third, though. They get a couple of drones. Meanwhile, Hellions that dive into the mineral line. They get in! Yeah, big moment here for Spirit. He does get into the natural. Drones are getting roasted. And finally, the damage he was looking for. This is what he needed. Gonna be 11 drone kills so far, and he's still not done. Getting to 12, up to 13. Can we get up to 16? Can we get there? We can. Oh my, 80. Oh my god. 20. 20 workers gonna be falling. At the same time, Banshees, they hit the northern expansion, getting even more drone kills as they do rally in. And Elazer's being pulled apart. Not like this. Not again, Pappy. Not again. 26 drones. 27. Up. Does he get the spore? He does. Oh my, 27 drone kills and a spore as well. And just like that, Spirit, he's able to maintain his own economy, build up towards a 7-minute push, and Elazer is going to be forced to redrone. And the problem here, even though Elazer's worker count seems good, he's been forced to spend his larva on drones, not on Ling Bane. And right now is when he needs Ling Bane, because here comes the push. Here comes the move out. With 1-1 upgrades, with bio, with tanks, and this is when Elazer needs his army most. We'll see if he can hold on to that expansion. Can he hold on and save that 4th? Oh boy. That's where he does split. Does threaten to dive. Oh! Only 1 tank with this move out. I'm a little bit surprised by that. The second tank is still on the way. Banelings are morphing in. Elazer so far he's keeping up. He's holding on. Buying time for more Banelings. Tankers are at the Biles. Biles, they will connect. They shut down the tank. And with that Elazer, he's holding on. Banelings, they do morph in. it's going to be difficult to fight off of creep. So Spirit, he's still maintaining this position. But he cannot push in. He cannot push onto creep. Not like this. Banshees, they get a queen. Tank volley's going up. Goes for the dive. And Spirit, he has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Nice target firing. Does focus on some of those banelings. Oh! Oh my god. Playing with fire. Hot pickup. Does get out. Files that don't connect. And the Ravagers are going to be targeted down. So a nice trade here by Spirit. He doesn't kill the fourth, but he trades well. Does trade well. Spirit behind this, getting his third. Now working on his fourth expansion. Could go for the gold. We'll see if he does. Or if he expands towards the north. Meanwhile, reinforcements on the way. That's a lot of reinforcements, Pappy. Ah, a lot of Marines, a lot of tanks. Oh. Spirit does move forward. And again, the pre-split here is so good. The tank line as well. Lings, they do hit the third base though. They get 6 SCVs, but their reinforcements back at him to defend. Spirit, he holds. And he can just move in. Ultras are amassing. They don't have the best upgrades. They're 1-2 Ultras. Kindness plating finishing up in 10 seconds. Oh, the Vipers come in. Nice fight in clouds. On two of those tanks. And Elazer, he breaks out. He at least tries to. And he will. He will break out. He'll clean up every single tank. Whew. And he forces Spirit back. Spirit forces retreat. Baneling run by here. Gets 15 SCVs. Gets the entire mineral line. And Elazer, has he done it? He breaks the third. He forces back the fourth. Spirit, his economy is hurting down to 2 bases. He's getting ghost production, but it might just be too late. Can't imagine that last fight with ghosts instead. Spirit, he just needed a little bit more time. And he would have had them. And now he's stuck at home. Now Spirit, he's stuck at home. On a 2-base economy. Can barely mine this third. Nice snipes. Force back the Ultras. And this is when Spirit needs to be active once again. He needs to move out with some draw play, but if he moves out, he's going to lose the third. Going for the golds. It's a bit of a desperation move, but he has to. Has to go for the gold expansion. Moving out with his drops. Ultras, they commit once again. Oh! Collapsing the bio. This would be the best trade though from Elazer, as he does overextend and he does lose 3 Ultras. Spirit getting across the map, slipping into the natural. +2 will complete, but he's going for the mineral line instead. He does get in. Elazer completely out of position. Ay, ay, ay. Queen goes down, and the drones should go down as well. And he gets 11 workers. Going for the Bailey Nest. Not bad. Gets the Bailey Nest, picks up, gets out of here. No anti-air. The army comes back home, but it can do nothing against the Medivacs. And again, this is what Spirit needed. The job play, Pappy. The drops, they pop off. They force back Elazer. Spirit takes the supply lead. And what's important, the gold base. Again, Spirit, all he needed was to buy time for the gold to get up and running. And now that it's up, now Spirit, he's back in this. He's very much so back in this. The Liberators towards the natural. They shut down all the larvae. Denying mining time. Elazer being pulled apart. So this northern expansion is exposed. He's going for the dive. He wants the base. He's going to get it. Yeah, 1 stim is all it takes, and the hatchery goes down. And Elazer's being pulled apart. Spire is still halfway done. Without the Spire, no Corruptors. Without Corruptors, no anti-air. I mean, they're the Queens, I guess. The Queens are doing what they can. Doing what they can. 3 more drones. Spirit still without a supply advantage, still with a gold base as well. Will soon move out, soon get ready for his push. As he's building up more tanks, more ghosts, +3 attack on the way. On par with the 3-3 of Elazer. Is on par. Elazer just going straight for the Greater Spire as well, straight towards Broodlords. I mean, Broodlord Infestor is going to be his ideal. You don't want to be stuck on Ultras for too long. I mean, we saw that last game, right? We saw Elazer stuck on Ultras in the previous game, and he just got overwhelmed and outscaled. Ultras have their place, but over time, they're not amazing. They're quite expensive. And quite squishy. Once there are enough ghosts. As Spirit, he's going for his 5th. 5 workers going down to the lib. So we'll finally go down to the vials. Elazer, he does spot the expansion. And Spirit, he's not fully set up here. He's not quite ready. Nice fighting clouds on the tanks. Bailey's ahead for the mineral line. Base is denied. Expansion is denied. Laser pulling back. Spirit is now maxed. He's maxed out with a more efficient army, at least until we get into a heavier Broodlord count. Here we go, first 4 Broodlords on the way. How many Infestors? 3. Not too many. 3 Infestors, 4 Broodlords. Soon to be 7. Drop gets spotted. Forces out a fungal. Spots the Bard Baneling, spots the Broodlords. He knows, he's aware. And now he should be working towards Thor production, towards Vikings. Again, the position here behind the mineral line is brutal. Snipe goes off, gets 1 Broodlord. And now it's to 6. Yeah, 6 Broodlords. Drop across the map. Forces back the army. Trades okay against the Lings. These Broodlords are still gaining ground. They get 9 SCVs. Time's going up. Drop still being active. Elazer trying to respond. Both armies are maxed out. Oh, massive fungal! Oh my god! The fungal's insane. Despite that, the snipes! Snipes, they go up. They get 1, they get 2. Yeah, Spirit, he just tanks the fungal. Takes down 2 Broodlords. Knock down those rocks. Spirit, he's holding his own. And he can take a fungal to the face. Especially considering there was no follow-up. Like, that's the problem here with this position. The threat of the fungal was that the Lingbane can collapse on the army, but they couldn't. Snipes going off. Gets the Ultra. There's 4 Broodlords left. From what was 7, down to 4. Well, I guess what was 8. Snipes, they catch out the Corruptors. Lingbane rolling in. Lingbane does collapse in. Nice tank shots though. Ooh, brutal tank connections on the Bailings. Bailings get shut down. Snipes are able to go off. And GG gets caught. Elazer, he runs out of steam. A brutal fight in favor of Spirit, and Spirit will take the 2-0. GG. GG, well played, Spirit. He will take it. Again, Spirit, he is looking quite strong, quite dominant here in this matchup. Elazer putting up a good fight, though, and did make for a good series. We didn't get the ace match. I was hoping for at least a game 3, but GG, well played, Spirit. He will take it. He will advance on. And we are getting ready for a qualifying match. Spirit, he makes it onto the semifinals here. And does he have an opponent? Do we have our qualifying match? Let's find out. Oh, wait, no. This wouldn't be the no,